B. So in this half chapter, the biggest thing we saw were O contract verbs. The first paragraph here, I don't believe there's any O contract verbs. I don't think I noticed any. The verbs have an line in red and the participles in green as usual. So go through this. Pasanun te nukta hoi barbaroi enta kai enta erason ta te stena pulatontes kai tus ekplus hoi de Helenes hezukasdon paraskoas dominoi makastai. Okay, so and of course therefore. Okay, so the first verb is erason, imperfect, right? Has a secondary ending, a augment, but a present stem, right? Remember this verb to row. So we're rowing. Who were rowing? The barbarians. That's our nominative, right? So the barbarians were rowing. Enta kai enta. It gives you here and there, or this way and that. So the barbarians were rowing this way and that. What else do we have? All night. Gives the extended time, right? That makes sense. So the barbarians were rowing this way and that way all night. Ta te stena pulatontes. Pulatontes are participle here, just a present participle. Of course, it's nominative plural, so it's describing the barbarians, right? So they were rowing this way and that way. Pulatontes, guarding the accusatives. So te, both, ta stena, the straits, and tus ekplus, and the escape routes, right? Or Themistocles made them afraid that the Greeks may try to escape, so they're on guard for that. All right, so guarding the straits and the escape routes, okay, comma. Hoi de, right? So moving on to someone else, not the barbarians, but now the Hellenes, now the Greeks. The Greeks, hezukaston, right? Also an imperfect. So they were resting, and that's followed also by participle, paraskoas dominoi, preparing, is present middle participle there, preparing makastai to fight. Okay. So all nights, therefore, the barbarians were rowing this way and that way, but guarding both the straits and the escape routes, while maybe the Greeks were resting, preparing to fight. Epe de proton hemera egeneto, procorun hoi barbaroi eis sena pistelontes, hos radios melusi casein tus Helenas exaipnes de boein megistain ecusan hoste mala epobunto. All right. So epe, when first day happens, when it first became day, right? Ageneto, of course, that is the second aorist from gignomai. So became, happened. So when day first happened, or when it first became day. Okay. Procorun, right? Another imperfect, right? The augmentation gave us an OU here, right? E and O. And then we have a secondary ending contraction here, so that's a good giveaway. That's got to be imperfect too. Present stem, of course. So they were going forward. Who was? The barbarians, right? The barbarians were going forward. Ace Tassina to the straits. Pistelontes, present participle, so going with the barbarians. Trusting or believing hosts that easily, right? Radios, Melusi, they are about to, Nikasin, do the future infinitive here, right? That they're about to easily defeat, right? The Greeks. Right, so they are about to, followed by a future infinitive, about to do something in the future, right? So believing that they easily are about to defeat the Greeks, comma, suddenly, ekusan, they heard, right, aorist, a megistain boain, a great, very great shout. Hoste, you're introducing a result clause, right? How great was this shout? So great that as a result, mala epobunto, they were very afraid. Okay. imperfect again, right? The contraction's kind of a giveaway. For the Greeks, chromonoi, right? Making use of, takes a dative, good order. Prokoron, just had that right, still imperfect. They were going forward, ace machine to the fight. And epitus barbaros pleontes, so and sailing, right, present participle, epitus barbaros, at the barbarians, ton paiana eboane, so they were shouting. Another imperfect, right? The contraction here, A and O gave us omega, is a clue, big clue. So sailing towards the barbarians, they were shouting ton paiana, the battle song. Okay. So you could say it's getting serious. Right. So therefore, the barbarians all night were rowing this way and that way, guarding both the straits and the escape routes, while the Greeks were resting, preparing to fight. When day first happened, became day, the barbarians were going forward to the straits, believing that they are about to easily defeat the Greeks. Suddenly, they heard a very great shout, so that as a result, they were very afraid. For the Greeks, making use of good order, were going forward to the fight and sailing at the barbarians. They were shouting the battle song. Right? It doesn't look like such an easy win anymore for the barbarians, so we know, of course, it wasn't. Hopefully, you already knew, otherwise, I just gave it away. All right, so go ahead and knock out the rest of this. Some of it will be challenging, but we'll go over it after you go through it. And I'll see you next time.